Welcome back. Our last guest is a Holcomb Rucker Park, an NBA legend. He's also the president and CEO of Each One Teach One Incorporated and Each One Teach One West. He joins us today to speak about Community Day at Rucker Park, which was celebrated this past summer. Reflect on his basketball career and to highlight how the park recently honored a New York City basketball legend. I know who that is. Please welcome to the show, Bob McCullough. Bob, welcome.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to be here and to be your guest.
I see you at many different places. I saw you at Rucker Park, of course. I came by.
Yes.
I saw you at something that we did when Curtis Blow came in because he was the first one to sing.
At the Alhambra.
We're playing basketball.
Yes.
Alhambra. And then the last one, where were we?
African American Day
African American Day Parade. That's right.
Yes.
So you're out, you're making appearances all over the place, but you're a legend. You started off. Give us a little bit of how you got started in basketball.
Well, what happened was I was playing ball on the playgrounds, and I heard about the Rucker tryouts. I said, "Who's Rucker? What's going on?" So I found out it was at St. Philip's Community Center. So I went over there, tried out for the team. I got cut, didn't make it. So I moved around the block, 133rd Street. I got involved in a gang and everything, and we had a fight with another gang called the Assassins. And then I got caught with a hatchet. I got arrested, took me to the 32nd Precinct. And who should come to ask for my release but the executive director of St. Philip's, Lorraine Younger.
Wow.
She came to the precinct and she brought Holcomb Rucker there.
Wow.
But they said, no, we can't release him in your custody, only his mother. So my mother came and they released me. The next day I was supposed to be in court. Ms. Younger beat me to the court. My mother and I got lost. So anyway, she told Rucker, put him on a team, keep him out of trouble.
Yeah.
And that's how it happened. I came off the bench when we was 20 points down or 20 points ahead.
Yeah.
And then the second year, I was the leading scorer on the team. And then in high school, I was the leading scorer. And then Rucker came to me and said, you want to go to college? I said, yeah. He said, you got to go to Texas. I said, Texas? I went to Wiley College in Marshall, Texas. Bob, I went there. I got into 2 fights because I'm from New York.
Yeah.
I said, wow, Texas, we the Long Star State. I said, well, guess what? I'm from the Empire State. I mean, I came back. I told Rucker, I'm not going to college. He's writing a letter. I said, what you writing a letter? He said, I'm writing a letter for you to go to college. I said, no, Rucker, I'm not going to college. He said, this is the Big House Games in Winston-Salem, where Earl Monroe went to school. But this is before Earl Monroe. He said, I'm telling him you the greatest player since Jack DeFerris. I said, no. Jack DeFerris is a professional player. He said, no. When Big House Games see this letter, he going to want to see who you are.
Yeah.
So I found out that the championship team at Benedict College in Columbia, South Carolina had graduated. Walt Simon. He went on to the Kentucky Colonels. And then a lot of players were ineligible. So Rucker asked me if I wanted to go to Benedict College in Columbia, South Carolina. I went there. And then, woe and behold, I started breaking records. I scored 64 points in an exhibition game.
Nothing can stop you.
And then I played on a national championship team where we averaged 101.2 points per game. Ooh. We led the entire nation in scoring.
Yeah.
We outscored Notre Dame, North Carolina, Georgia, everybody. We outscored every team in the nation. And then the second year, I became the leading scorer in the nation. And the Harlem Globetrotters asked me to come out for their team.
Yeah.
But later on, I found out that I was drafted in the NBA by the Cincinnati Royals.
All right.
So I went to the Cincinnati Royals. I went there and I made the rookie team. and then I made the veterans squad, and then Oscar Robinson, well known, all-star players was holding out.
I think they're showing it right there. Look.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
you signing?
Yes, yeah. And then what happened was he held out, and so they put me on the team, and then I was doing great. I didn't think I was doing that great. He signed, and then they cut me from the team. So I had to make a decision. So I came back to Harlem to run the Rucker Pro League. We named it after Rucker because he died in 1965 from cancer. Yeah. And then in 1969, Mayor Lindsay was the mayor of the city of New York, and he wanted to know what these NBA players and members of the Harlem Globetrotters doing playing in Harlem, and the admission is free. Yeah. And so he wanted to come up, and he asked me, what is it that I wanted? And I told him to name the park, Rucker Park. And that's what he did. Woe and behold, I had no idea that Rucker Park was going to be world famous.
Yeah, because you had all kinds of players coming through. You had a guy that was on, he did the Quiet Storm on BLS. Vaughn Harper used to play at Rucker Park.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
And he was drafted to the Pistons.
Right. But listen, there was a player who refused to go and finish his college career. And he signed a professional contract. And he wanted to play in Rucker Park because he said all his life he wanted to play. Yeah. And everybody wanted to know who was this player that didn't want to finish his college career, but he wanted to play in Rucker Park. They had people on the trees, on the fence. They were on the roof of the school. Yeah. Over 5,000 people was there. It was no other than Julius Erving,
the Dr. J. Dr. J.
Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah. I mean, it was crazy. And people started coming, professional ball players from the Globetrotters, professional ball players from the Knicks, from the Nets, from the 76ers, from the Boston Celtics. Oh, Tiny Archibald from the Boston Celtics. And they had playground legends like Joe Hammond, the Destroyer. Yeah. And they also had Pee Wee Kirkland. Yeah. They had all kind of ball players coming from all over.
These games are like all-star games. Every time you came, they were like all-star. They were like better, sometimes better than the NBA.
Yeah.
Because you had NBA players.
Yeah, and it was free.
Yeah, yeah.
So what we did, we brought Madison Square Garden to the inner city. And no one had to pay for it. Yeah. Now, the NBA, they have the West Coast G League because of everything that happened at Rucker Park. Yeah. Now, they saw that the summer attracts NBA players. So now the NBA sent all their players out to Las Vegas, out to California, all because of Rucker Park.
Rucker Park. And it keeps a lot of people out of trouble, too.
That's the most important
build up these
thing.
Leagues, they get the uniforms, everything, everybody's moving in the same direction for common cause. And the ball players that play at Rucker Park are like outstanding.
And the kids that are there, it lessens gun violence because the kids don't have a chance to get involved in gun violence. They're there watching the games. Yeah. Or they're involved in the Each One Teach One program.
Now, there's somebody that you can tell us about that in a little while, but there's somebody that you wanted to honor, that you wanted to talk about.
Well, what happened is that the years that we had the tournament, Willis Reed came up and he played with us. This is before the Knicks won the world championship. Yeah. Not only did he play with us, but after they won the world championship, he came back to the Each One Teach One program and gave scholarships to his basketball camp. This is one serious giving back person. Yeah. He never forget people. He didn't have to do it. Yeah. He was a world champion, but he gave free scholarships to his basketball camp after He won 2 MVPs and 2 world championships. So when he died, how can we forget him?
Yeah.
It's just unconscionable. How can you forget the generosity of such a great ball player, an NBA Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
There's no way that you can forget what he did, because he didn't have to do it.
He didn't have to do it.
No, he didn't have to do it. He didn't have to look out for our young people, to keep them out of trouble, to keep them out of the street during the summer, so they can be in his camp.
You have something coming up that's going to honor him, like a fundraiser or something? Or
Well, what we're going to try to do is to try to, with your help, is try to get Curtis Blow to come back to Harlem whenever Curtis Blow is available, so we can honor Willis Reed again at the Harlem State Office Building.
You know, he did that song when Dr. J came to town. I think that was his inspiration behind that song. We're playing basketball.
Yeah.
So we'll reach out to him. We'll try to get that in there. We'll give him a call and see when he's free.
Yes. And what about these are the breaks?
Break it up, break it up, break it up, break down.
Yes.
Where can we go to get more information? Do you have a website or?
We have The Real Each One Teach One at gmail.com.
Yeah. The Real Each One Teach One at gmail.com.
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
Bob McCullough. You know, we could talk for hours because you're a wealth of information and you have great history. You can talk about a lot of the ball players that came through there too.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, with your help, we can do wonders.
We'll make it happen.
Yes. All right. I'll stay in touch with you.
You got it.
All right.
Bob McCullough, the legend. Thank you, man.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Okay.
It's funny how time flies when you're having fun. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for checking it out. I want to thank all of our listeners for tuning in, and thank you for letting me share in this space and time with you. Our guests, we thank you too. Always remember this: what you are is God's gift to you. What you make of yourself is your gift to God. So choose your choice, to let your choice control the chooser. I'll catch you another day, another way. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee, and I'll see you on the radio on 107.5 WBLS. Peace.